which allowed him to kill the boss. It was like a 3-step process of dismantling all the important gas-based units in Trap's army. So very well done by hitmaN.
Yeah, I was impressed with it. And going into Habitation Station, I wonder if hitmaN's going to play a similar style here because of the way the bases work out.
I don't think so. I think that Trap is pretty likely to do a 2-base attack here.
Off the gold?
I think so.
The
Maybe
immortal
a
timing?
push, yeah. It's a strong build on the map, and Trap is extremely good at it.
We've seen it used a lot on this map in the GSL.
Yeah.
So
I think that's what we're going to see. I think we're not going to see hitmaN be able to get that high in tech. He's just going to have to defend this well.
do you think he could try to stop it? Yeah, stop it before it gets there.
Could. He might do something like take the gold real quick and try to do a timing attack. We'll see. You know, you love it when you see someone cheese on their opponent's map choice. So
I do.
maybe.
I love that. I love that a lot, man. hitmaN's hair getting messed up by his headset a little bit. Put that back on to hide it.
That's exactly what my hair looks like. Well, I mean, not exactly because we have different hair. But, you know, like I get that same exact thing from my headsets all the time.
It's the worst, actually, if you don't dry your hair properly before you put the headset on because you just really want to use your headset, you know, listen to some music, or you want to Skype your friend or something, you got your headphones on, and then, you know, you end up, like, going out later and you're like, oh, wow, my hair is totally messed up because I had my wet hair underneath that headset.
Yeah.
Feels bad, man.
Well, I normally dry my hair pretty well beforehand. Take a towel to it.
Well, sometimes I'm like in a rush to do a Skype call after I took a shower.
Yeah.
Just coincidentally. Not like I feel like really fresh. I need to get that Skype call right away.
Do you have speakers as well? Because if it's a one-on-one Skype call, sometimes I use speakers.
I've been doing that more and more. I recently got a new microphone, so I'm trying to figure out like exactly how that works without getting any reverb, like any sort of echoing going on. But it's not completely set up.
I thought you said reverb.
Like, without any reverbs dropping me while I'm trying to Skype
what
call.
Are you talking about?
I'm like,
Wolf is having a stroke.
I'm trying to figure out like how to get reavers and Heart of the Swarm, but like I guess they're just not going to happen. They're not coming.
That great unit, it's come and gone, I guess.
Hey, you know, Legacy of the Void, you never know. I don't think we'll see it, but
reavers. Well, I think you got to go to Starbow.
Probably.
That's about as good as you can do. All right, so I guess there's some sort of delay before this next game. Maybe something's wrong with one of their PCs or something, but hopefully we get it started pretty quickly here.
Yeah, well, the thing is, Trap looked at the units on the help tab, and he was like, there's no reavers in here, so he had to raise his hand and ask for an assistant to come over. Well, all right, looks like we're actually really going to start the game now. This is what the Korean commentator just said. So here we go. Trap versus hitmaN. Protoss versus Zerg. He needs a win here, or he's going to drop to that loser's match.
Right. In the top right, our Protoss player needs to win here. He's down against Symbol, a very tough match. He is.
Trap.
Nice little Razer mouse pad there. It's not that little, actually, the mouse pad.
Well, for the current day gamer mouse pads.
hitmaN.
That was not a good intro, Arto, so I might have to give that one a 2 out of 10.
Yeah.
Actually, no,
I understand.
I think I might have to just give that one a 0. I don't think you introed at all.
I didn't intro at all. You're right. I think it deserves at least a 1, though.
Well, you were talking, so yeah, I guess.
But even silence might be like a 2 out of 10, right? Let the players speak for themselves or something. I don't know.
Actually, that would
I promise I'll get better.
That would be a cool feature, and we should talk to like BK and some of our sound people about that. Is just have the players actually say their own ID. Each player says their own ID, record themselves saying it.
Yeah, like however they want to say it, like how epic and stuff.
Yeah. Find out just how good at voice acting every single one of these players is, or how bad.
Yeah. All right, so looks like we do have that forge, and kind of interesting that we saw a probe sit at the front of the ramp there for a moment.
Yeah. Blocks again. This may cause him to actually just take the gold base and then do a roach timing.
It could. He's going to scout, of course, that pool first did come down very quickly.
There's
not
the gold.
Like a rush, really, but
right. I mean, he saw with his drone scout the forge, so he had to do this.
Yeah. And yeah, indeed, it is the gold base. So.
And he gets it with his scouting drone, so the timing here lines up pretty well for hitmaN.
We'll have to see what Trap wants to do to deal with this, because we've seen a lot of people actually react wrongly, where they like move out with a normal attack, and it's like, well, you know, they have more units than you're used to right now because it's a gold base.
Yeah.
And then you get crushed. So will Trap ignore it, or will you hit like a very sharp timing design to kill it?
It's a good question. I mean, oftentimes when the gold goes up like this, you just see this massive roach attack, because roaches don't cost a lot of gas, they cost more minerals. When you get that boost, roaches suddenly become really, really efficient in the early game because the Protoss doesn't have that many units to deal with them. So I think he needs to identify if that's what's coming towards him. I mean, gas has been taken here. He's going to go ahead and Maynard those roads. I think he's actually just going to do a roach push. We've seen it so many times already that it seems like the next logical step here is going to add the roach one at the last second to make sure it doesn't get scouted by anything.
But yeah, it makes sense based upon the fact that he's mining gas. Of course, it could be for Zergling speed, but we'll see about that as he reaches 100 or throws down a Roach Horn, one or the other.
A few more drones out here, getting that second queen at the gold base. And back at home, you know, we just see the normal transition to that Cybernetics core.
And soon enough, we'll see when that finishes up what type of tech that Trap wants to go for. Will he throw down a robo? Oh, yeah, indeed-o. I wonder what this is all about.
Nidus Roach?
Why would you Nidus Roach?
You don't have to on this map, really, right?
Yeah, it's like it's a pretty short map anyways. Like, obviously, if you just randomly get in their main base or something, that would be great, but...
But what else would we see here? Like, 2-base Roach speed? Or, I don't think Hive's going to work. Maybe he goes Swarm Host?
No.
That doesn't make any sense to me.
Every now and then you see a 2-base Swarm Host play, but it's not really all that good. Thing is, he hasn't made any other buildings and layers about to finish. He's adding 2 gases.
Do you think it's just mutas off gold?
It could. The mutas don't make a lot of sense either, right?
Right, they don't, because the gold base doesn't really line up with that.
I mean, 2-base Infestor doesn't make sense. What is he doing?
Well, I guess we're going to find out. It
has to be a Spire, right?
Nothing else makes sense.
I would like to see the Infestation Pit, though. Hydralisk Cavern. Or Hydralisk Den, rather. Well, a den can be a cavern. Some dens are caverns, but all caverns are dens.
Right, that's the Hydralisk aspect. I'm like, no.
Well, you know what? We have seen builds like this in the past. I'm trying. I mean,
we have
2-base
seen
Hydra, especially when Heart of the Storm first came out, we saw a lot of people trying stuff like this.
We saw it's like the new version of the old pushes. I keep talking about, like that wrong Crossfire where you take the gold base and like push with the roaches, but it's like the new version with Hydras, because Hydras are better, and like this base is a little bit smaller and there's not as many choke points like as there are on Crossfire.
I wonder what this means. Like, he's going Hydraless speed, rather range first, and just making Hydras. Like, he's just like, all right, I'm going to take the gold base and make Hydras.
I don't think it's going to work.
Well, the thing is, I don't even know what his plan is.
Oh, drop?
Hydraless drop?
You know, skip speed. Who needs it when you can just drop? That's little overlords.
Well, believe me, he'll get overlord speed. But yeah, this is different. I'm excited to see where he's going with this.
It's expensive to get the speed and the drop and all these Hydra upgrades.
The thing is, Hydras deal damage really quickly. For instance, if you get behind the minerals with 4 Hydras and drop them, they will kill probes super, super fast. And if he wants to play like a very turtley style, he can run over. Well, actually, here let's look at some reasons why this might be really smart and really awesome. Remember how some Protosses have tried like Sky Toss, how mutas are pretty good here, because there is all that open space, right? So if you are flying a bunch of Overlords over and dropping Hydras, before an army can counterattack you, you can be back with them, drop back off at your base.
True.
So actually,
my concern is the Colossus, because if he didn't have Colossi, then Hydras, if they can, the weakness of Hydras versus a gateway army is the sentries. If they can't fire, if they can't get close enough, that's how you beat them. But if they're on top of your army, you're in a lot of trouble. But because he has Colossi,
I wonder if he saw that those had speed. Because as soon as you see they have speed, you're catching on pretty quickly.
Well, he's going to figure it out now. A few more gates being added.
You know
here.
what? Another piece of this is that you can just go over force fields, right? You can drop on top of a Colossus.
He has units in his main mineral line, I want to point out, Trap does. So it looks like he has an idea about this. Yeah, he might just drop on top of the army in general, just like...
Yeah, he could. I mean, you drop a ton of Hydras on top of Colossus. The Colossus does not own the Hydras.
Yeah, actually,
the
I think
Hydras
this could work.
Colossus.
This could actually work. He's got a bunch of Zerglings here to support as well.
Well, wherever he drops it, it could do damage. Let's see.
Do you think he's just going to go for the army?
Still, if he walks back, kites this back, he's going to have to drop it out, which allows for the Nexus Cannon and the Colossus to do quite a bit of damage to it.
He needs to have those Hydras fighting, and the ones at the bottom are just like standing there. There they go. Colossus Micro here is good, and I guess that's just that.
Did not very much at all.
No.
You know, definitely nothing I've expected has happened this game.
No, same here. Well, there's a Spire and a Macro Hatch. And a few more Hydras being made. He's going to have Hydra speed in a second, but...
What's the follow-up plan here? To make Corruptors? Like, it has to be, because he's still making Hydras, so it has to be Corruptors as the follow-up.
That changing was, like, targeted before it even became a Zealot.
He needs to continually pressure with drops, I feel. If
Spire's going to get canceled.
Oh, my God.
That was pretty sexy.
Oh my God, he's just going to move out.
And now he's
like
going to kill the hatch.
Oh no.
Oh wow.
Oh,
he's going to get that.
Nothing going right for you this game.
No. Well, you can just kill him with the Colossi and a few more Stalkers. He has the added gateways. He's actually just taking a third base instead. I'm not sure how much I like that, because on this map, you just walk across the map in 2 seconds and end it. I mean, it's such a short rush distance. Okay, he is going to still move out, I think. It's Colossi trying to headbutt the Overlord, but that's not how this works.
All right, so he's making a bunch of lings at the moment. He is taking his 4th base. I mean, I'm sorry, I'm having a hard time commentating this game because I just keep going back to what his plan was, and I guess it was to assault the army. It just didn't work out that well. You know, if he didn't have so many Stalkers, it would have worked out better, perhaps.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, this Queen Assassination attempt was successful. Now he's got a Force Seal on the ramp.
Well, that's super powerful.
There's
the thing is, there is
no
drops,
Spire, like,
so he can just pick up his units and bring them in.
Actually, that's kind of funny to think of. I don't know if he's actually realizing it, though. Because, like, you're not in a situation where you have drops in this matchup very often.
He's attacking at the same time here.
Yeah, so he can't...
That's what hitmaN's really paying attention to at the moment. All right, so...
Well, I mean...
Well, he gets out with a lot of the drones.
Sends him back in, though, just to be force fielded once more.
Thing is, he should probably just use those Overlords near his ramp to drop in there and kill this off, right?
Or put his drones in the Overlords to help him escape.
Look at all those Hydras. Yeah. Well, he just waits...
He's going to lose the lair, maybe?
Yeah,
he's going to lose it.
And
nothing is going right, man,
no.
for hitmaN here. If his Macro Hatch were in the main, that would be like a little bit more helpful too, because he'd at least have that going for him, but nope.
I mean, I guess nothing's going right, but he's going into mutas now, and mutas generally go right.
Well, that's going to be a bit of a shock to Trap, because I don't think he's going to expect this. He still has a ton of Stalkers, though.
You don't expect mass Hydras with drop into mutas generally, like if
especially after the Spire was killed.
Yeah, but you know, Hydras, they are mutas rather, very popular unit, and I don't think that there's really any defense up here.
No cannons. He's adding a few, it looks like, but Stalkers don't have blink yet either, as far as I know. So, I mean, this could actually do a lot. He's going to be able to kill these cannons here. Gets only one.
Yeah, kills the one that was live. Forces a Nexus Cannon, which is always nice.
And I mean that. The one cannon that's there is not going to be enough, so he has to make more cannons still. So it's more money being spent here. It's increasing his Mutalisk count. Do you think Trap will just try to end the game here, since there's not really a whole lot of ground army to defend? There's only 14 Mutalisks in the air. He might just make a bunch of cannons in his main base and then just try to end it. With this many Colossi against the Hydra-based army, well, let's see. I mean, the Hydra's actually getting in here and getting some good surface area, but still, the Colossus damage output is so incredibly high. The Mutalisk is not with the army during that either.
Well, you can't just use Hydras to engage against a 4 Colossus army, no matter what else is in there. Well, the Mutas come in, but, you know, they're taking a while to do anything, trying to actually hit down these Stalkers, whereas the Hydras are fighting the Colossus. Ew, nothing really.
Yeah, this is going to be the end.
Kind of a disjointed game. It's like, this game was like a feverish dream.
Yeah, like, he's not going to remember this one after he wakes up. Well... Trap's going to be like, yeah, I had this dream where he went her Hydra drops on me, and then he just like went into mutas after I killed his Spire and didn't have anything else to deal with my Colossi, and then fought without his mutas. That was strange.
It was definitely a very weird one. Trying to kind of catch Trap off guard there a little bit. I think he did catch him off guard. It just didn't do any damage with it.
Yeah, that's well said. I mean, doesn't matter if you surprise somebody if it still doesn't work out for you.
Yeah, yeah. It's like, oh wow, you did that. Okay, well now
that
you're
was
dead.
Surprisingly bad, you know.
Well, you know, it's cool to see hitmaN actually play some different styles so far. You know, we don't really see too many people try to stay on Vipers and Roach Hydra like we did in Game 1 that much.
Yeah.
Because it generally does get shut down, but he made it work. He did a good job with it. This second game, bringing out something completely new, something that we really never see. Didn't work, but I like seeing fresh stuff at least.
Yeah, I like to see different ideas, and whenever you see an idea like that doesn't work,